All right, welcome back. Um, my name's Bryson. I never introduced myself when I started. I'm the owner of Nature and Pots. It's just a small business that I'm starting right now. Don't mind me. I look like a hobo because I've been in this hot ass tent working for a hot minute. And hopefully, with this new mic, people can actually hear me. But nonetheless, here's the tent, and got quite a bit going on here. This is all tissue culture up here. Figure if you're gonna go at it, might as well go at it hard. Got a Albo Monstera here that's putting out a new leaf that just got planted. Got a bent over tie that apparently was just in the package, a little bit wonky. And then another one of them Marks Monsteras. Pulled off the uh, Cebu Blues. It's been a long, hot day in here. And got those put in a cup. Also got some down here in this prop tub. A little dusty on top. Let's just see. So everything's looking pretty good. Hopefully it'll root up pretty good. The elbows in the back there, they're just cuttings, nodes, whatever. Starting to get a little bit of something going on there. So see what happens with that. Pulled the other pothos out as well. Put those in their own little tub so they can recover a little bit. Keep a little bit of humidity in, but not uber blocked. A couple of plants I got from Orange Lake. Well, super cool and in great condition. I haven't had the time to actually take care of them yet. I did see a couple bugs rolling around, and I'm just not a big bug person, so prefer to keep them out of my plants. This is a Jacqueline down here. Same place, obviously, same reason it's in the bag. The Alocasia is still alive and kicking, which is surprising. Got one in the back that's trying to do something. Like I said, bunch of tissue culture. Uh, can't remember what this one is right off the top of my head. And then got some mini monsters, as they call them. The Baltic Blue is looking great. Well, debatable. It needs to get a little bit higher. It needs something else to grow on. It's already at the top of its pole. Did replace out the humidifier with the AC Infinity one. Snazzy screen. I'm digging it. The Monstera and the tie, I had those together, but they were just too big. So I took them out of this pot and was just going to pot them in little pots like that, right there. But lo and behold, the root system in this thing was giant. But the leaves are all looking really good, clearly. Have a little bit of hard water stains from last time. New leaves are looking fantastic. And then obviously an older one. Roots are looking really good in there. Cuttings down here are all looking great as well. I'm not sure what's up with this obliqua. Might have to do a little more research on it. Maybe I'm just doing something way wrong, but it just hasn't recovered all that great. Maybe it's just a slow grower. Mint Adansonii, looking pretty sweet, I think. It was a Euro cut, something new, I suppose. The Marks Monsteras in the back there, growing up pretty good. Got a tiny little Escalito cut there in the very back, right there. And then random pothos here, and what was this one? Oh, a Birkin that I found on Facebook for like $5. The lady said it wasn't growing great in her place, and thought this would be a great place for it. So more Escalito cuttings down here. I got smaller cuttings like the other Adansonii, a couple Monstera, uh, just random pothos in this bin here. This philodendron just got repotted. The dubia back there and the one behind it aren't doing much, but they're vining out a little bit. So as soon as I have a plan for a moss wall that I'm going to put in here, as soon as I get that, I think those will do really good, as well as a lot of these. Um, Albo, and alvo. Whoops, right there. All doing pretty good. Um, Peru is having issues, but I might just have to pull it out of this pot and put it somewhere else. These other philodendrons coming in pretty good. This one's actually coming back. It's got some leaves popping up. All of them actually do, honestly. The Aria or Mint Monstera is looking pretty good. Dubia in the back is theirs. It's crazy, but it's to be expected. White Monster here, the leaf ended up still, like I said, just healing up. It's nice and thick again, so I'm not messing with it. Everything else is looking pretty good. I don't remember if I said, but the Thai put off a new leaf. It's like the first one since I've had it, and I've had it for at least 6 months. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I think it's actually starting to grow onto the moss pole now, so that's all I can ask for. Like I said, albos are doing pretty good over here. Just watered everything, and then Pink Princess is doing what Pink Princesses do, drama queen stuff. Cuttings are all looking pretty good. Just watered everything again today, so it's nice and oxygenated. Super full here. This Hoya is doing pretty good. Not a Hoya person per se, but I'm not opposed to it. Not sure if humidity is just really good in here or what, because it looks like it's rooting along here. I really haven't looked into Hoyas much, so something on my list to check out eventually here soon. These epiprinums are doing pretty good. Really digging the coloring on this. Probably doesn't come through with the grow light, of course. What are these ones? The yellow flames. They're looking pretty good. This one's looking a little light stressed, but I think I'm going to move these, this one and this one behind me and hang them from the top. But like I said, roots are all doing really good still. Not having much issues with them. Getting nice growth points. The other pothos that I have down here are as well. Really digging the roots on this one. And then again down here, these ones are all doing fairly well as well. But everything will look better here in another week or two, I'm sure. Like I said, this one didn't have as big of a root system as this one, but overall, I ended up leaving this one in this pot, putting this one in a smaller pot. Has its moss pole, they both do, so that should be good. Overall, everything over there is looking pretty good, besides a little bit of light stress, but I think that's just the light. I'm working on probably replacing that out with a new AC Infinity light. I'm thinking one of their Ion 8, I think is what it is. I'm not really sure. More research to be done. Um, Pothos is being pothosy. Still has really good coloring on a lot of the leaves, so I'm really digging that. But I think there's a little bit of light stress going on here, and it might have lacked of watering just a little bit, so got to keep an eye on that. And then other than that, I think I just have these two philodendrons here. They were all potted up with that one. Um, just starting to come out here. Haven't watered this one yet, nor this one. But overall, I mean, the leaves are looking pretty good. I think petiole spacing could be a little bit better, but I'll be honest, it hasn't been under the grow light recently. I was kind of short on space as it is getting again. I do have the Escalito cuttings. They're just out here. It's too messy to be putting on camera. Working on getting everything cleaned up. And then I mentioned earlier, I'm thinking about getting like a moss wall type setup. Humidity staying pretty good in here with this thing, although I think it's just a little too small for my needs. I may have to return it and get the 15-liter one instead of I think it's like 4.5 liters. Although I do recommend it if you have a small area. If you have a bigger area, probably get the 15-liter one. And then I think as for a moss wall, I think I'm going to try and get PVC board panel, put it against this wall here, and then get it to stabilize itself, put moss on it, probably some of the fencing I use for my moss poles, or maybe even grab some of that plastic stuff, the thicker, more rigid plastic pole. Not that I want, plastics in my plants and whatnot, but it seems to be real flexible and good. So I think that would be good there. Kind of want to go up high, so maybe just below the vent here, just allow plants to crawl up that, and then just take my cuttings from there. That way I don't have to do the stress of pots. I want to try and replicate as best as I can the regular conditions that plants would be in. High humidity, night temps would be lower than daytime temps. My temps are just a little bit too high for right now. This light I got a really good deal on Facebook, but as with all things on Facebook, there's a downside. And that downside was that there was no remote for it, which it came with originally. So it's just balls to the wall 100% all day long. So it just eats away. Like I said, the Ciba Blues, they got a little bit burnt from the light just being close. They were on that rack right there if you've seen my past videos. That's pretty much about it for right now. Like I said, this is just a grow log for myself, kind of give you insight into my plant business and how I'm starting out, and where I end up, I guess, if anything and everything goes to plan. But that's it for now. If you have any questions, I guess leave them in the comments and I'll try and get back to you. Still new to social media and everything as far as doing it for a business, so forgive me if I don't do it right away. But that's it. Talk to you next time.